Namaste. In my yesterday's video, I talked about Rahu transit in Aquarius and its impact on all moon signs. And as I had mentioned, Rahu is Rahu. So, Rahu will never give you any positive results. Some people think that Rahu may give lots of money. But what is the use of that money if you are pulled towards the outward and you lose the touch with yourself? So outwardly you become rich, but inwardly you become poor. So Rahu has absolutely nothing positive to give. And that is why in my yesterday's video, I had specifically mentioned that no matter which house, Rahu will give its negative results. However, I also had mentioned that I will be making a second part in which I will talk about the great master Ketu, because the antidote to Rahu is Ketu. Only through Ketu's wisdom you can overcome the trouble that Rahu brings in your life. The nature of clinging, the thoughts of taking revenge, the shady thoughts of doing black magic on others, the political mindset of pulling people's legs, all this is the nature of Rahu. Whereas Ketu enables you to let go. Ketu says, chhod de. This nature of letting go helps you to move ahead in your life. But Rahu will say, no, you should hold on. You should take revenge. All this pulls you down. Whereas if you follow Ketu, you rise. And that is the real glory. And that is why forgiving and letting go and living in acceptance all comes under the domain of Ketu. And so how this Ketu transit in Leo will help you, provided you are an evolving soul, provided you are taking efforts towards your self-growth, is what I have discussed in this podcast. Definitely, if you are an offensive person, continuously commenting to hurt others, continuously complaining, not grateful, then for such a person, there is no help. But a person who is evolving, who is taking efforts, definitely has a bright future. And so on this note, let us begin with this podcast on Ketu transit in Leo and its impact on all moon signs. Always remember, you only lose what you cling to. So never cling, never get so much attached that eventually you lose it. And that is what is the lesson of Ketu. Someday you should read my book, Why Ketu Can Heal. So let's begin with this podcast. Ketu is the source of wisdom because through Ketu you are able to detach yourself. And it is only through detachment that you can truly attain the beyond. On the other side of Ketu is Rahu, the source of attachment. The matters of the house in which Rahu transits are bound to blow out of proportion. And the matters of the house in which Ketu transits are bound to become a subject of deep study, introspection and enlightenment. For example, when Rahu transits the first house, you are bound to become self-centered. However, this self-centeredness can be countered when you get some hard lessons from Ketu in the seventh house. Your self-centeredness or I am the hero attitude shades away when Ketu in the seventh house gives you certain suffering through the loss of your marriage partner, or when your dreams and expectations about your marriage partner are completely shattered. That is when you realize that you are not the hero, you are not a somebody, you are a nobody. So this is how Ketu transiting the 7th house shatters the web of illusions cast by Rahu in the 1st house. Ketu's transit can become a great source of strength in decoding the mysteries of Rahu. But for that, you need to have a positive placement of Mars, Jupiter, and Sun in your birth chart. This is because nakshatras of Ketu are placed in the signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. And as you all know, Aries is ruled by Mars, Leo is ruled by Sun, and Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. And so, it is important to have these three planets in better placement, or at least in a placement where they can support and empower Ketu in your birth chart. And so, on this note, let us see how Ketu's transit will counter the effects of Rahu's transit based on your moon sign. In my last video, I talked about Rahu's transit in Aquarius and its impact on all moon signs. In this video, as promised, I am sharing the antidote called Ketu and its transit, and how this antidote of Ketu can help you in overcoming the Rahu's negative impact in Aquarius. So let's begin with the transit of Ketu in Leo and its impact on all 12 moon signs. Aries. Ketu transits your 5th house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this 5th house Ketu will help you turn inwards and thereby recognize the true face of the old and new friends that you are bound to find during Rahu's transit in the 11th house. Ketu's transit in the 5th house can make you wise, and so you will be able to make the right decisions and thereby counter the many temptations that Rahu may bring during its transit in the 11th house. Ketu in the 5th house sharpens your intuitive faculties, allowing you to read between the lines in creative projects or romantic situations. You will find that flashes of insight guide you toward inspired decisions, whether you are drafting a presentation, composing content, or simply navigating a budding romance. This transit fosters an urge to channel your creative energies into spiritual or metaphysical pursuits. And so if you want to counter the negative results of Rahu in the 11th house, then focus on empowering your Ketu by chanting the Shiva mantra. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Chant this Shiva mantra every day. Fast on Sankashta Chaturthi as Ketu loves Ganesha. And so fasting on Sankashta Chaturthi empowers Ketu and thereby provides you with the spiritual power to overcome the dubious Rahu in the 11th house. Taurus. Ketu transits your 4th house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this 4th house Ketu transit can help you evaluate the deepest moments of your past life and will prove like a catharsis that cuts through the many complicated emotions and feelings you have been holding close to your heart. This is the perfect time to express your feelings, and because of this, you will feel much lighter. As you go deeper into the very root of your deepest emotions, you will find the solution to your life problems. And that is how you will be able to counter the provoking Rahu in the 10th house. You will then be able to manage the stress that Rahu in the 10th house creates. And so, the coming of Ketu in the 4th house is a sign that through certain laws you will be awakened. And this awakening will provide you with the strength to counter the dancing Rahu in your 10th house. So let Ketu play the role of a catharsis in clearing your most suppressed emotions. And this will help you open up to the challenge that Rahu in the 10th house will bring in your career. As Rahu draws you outward, Ketu in your home zone turns your focus inward. You may discover your home becoming a true sanctuary, whether through decluttering your space, cultivating a simple meditation corner, or finding joy in quiet domestic rituals, which nourishes your soul more than any external activity. To empower Ketu, fast on Mondays and chant the powerful Vishnu mantra, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha. Gemini, Ketu transits your 3rd house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this 3rd house Ketu transit will sharpen your mental focus. You will be able to read between the lines in conversations, texts, and teachings. This heightened discernment will counter Rahu's tendency to mislead you with false philosophies or dubious mentors in the 9th house, helping you separate genuine wisdom from illusion. The 3rd house governs short journeys and community ties. Ketu here encourages you to refine practical skills and build authentic connections, while Rahu in the 9th can create confusion around higher education or long distance travel. Your 3rd house Ketu energy lets you pivot quickly, learn from local experiences, and form supportive networks that guide you back onto your true path. Rahu in the 9th might make you doubt your beliefs or spiritual path. However, Ketu's bold 3rd house energy empowers you to speak your truth and pursue new learning opportunities without fear. To empower Ketu, start fasting on Tuesdays and make a point to visit Lord Hanuman temple every Tuesday. Chant Om Hanumate Namaha, Om Hanumate Namaha, Om Hanumate Namaha, so that the 3rd house Ketu will give you more deeper insights and courage to counter the illusions that Rahu may bring in matters of religion, ideology, and philosophy. Cancer, Ketu transits your 2nd house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this 2nd house Ketu transit will strip away attachment to material possessions and family baggage, helping you see your true values and what genuinely sustains you. This inner clarity counteracts Rahu's 8th house propensity for secretive losses or financial shocks, as you are less likely to panic when resources shift unexpectedly. With Ketu's transit in the 2nd house, your words become more truthful and purposeful. This cleanses any tendency toward gossip or hidden agendas that Rahu in the 8th can provoke. Honest, compassionate communication builds trust in family and financial partnerships, reducing the risk of betrayals or misunderstandings. The second house governs self-worth and security. Ketu's energy dissolves karmic fears about losing stability. As you learn to rely on inner confidence rather than external safety nets, you are far better equipped to face 8th house upheavals, transforming crises into opportunities for growth. To empower Ketu, chant the beautiful Krishna mantra. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Chant this beautiful Krishna mantra and fast on Wednesdays and also on Ekadashi. Leo, Ketu transits your first house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this first house Ketu will strip away layers of ego-driven behavior, helping you see your true nature. As Rahu in the 7th can create illusions in partnerships, leading you to chase flattering but ultimately empty relationships. This increased self-knowledge ensures you attract partners who genuinely resonate with your core self. With Ketu in the first house, you naturally detach from the need for validation through others, while Rahu in the 7th may tempt you to hinge your self-worth on your partner's attention or social standing. Ketu's influence frees you from that dependency, so you stand firm in your own value regardless of external approval. If you are an evolving soul, then Ketu's transit in the first house opens the door to wisdom and helps you realize your true self, ensuring that you are not driven blindly to the demands of your partner, and thus you are able to counter the impact of 7th house Rahu. In simple words, Ketu's transit in the first house helps you avoid getting overly consumed by your marriage partner. To empower Ketu, chant the beautiful Shiva mantra. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and fast on Mondays and visit Lord Shiva temple every Monday. Virgo, Ketu transits your 12th house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this 12th house Ketu will encourage you to withdraw from daily conflicts and competition driven by Rahu in the 6th. By embracing periods of quiet solitude, meditation, restful retreats, or silent reflection, you replenish your energy, reduce stress, and build resilience against work or health related pressures. The 12th house governs the unconscious mind. Ketu here can bring powerful dream insights and intuitive flashes that reveal hidden sources of illness, conflict, or workplace tension. Acting on these subconscious messages allows you to address underlying issues before they manifest as 6th house disputes or ailments. While Rahu in the 6th may stir up hidden rivalries or health challenges, 12th house Ketu dissolves karmic entanglements. You will find yourself less affected by petty grudges or covert opposition as you naturally detach from the need to win every battle, transforming adversaries into opportunities for inner growth. Remember, Ketu is least interested in winning a competition, Rather, Ketu is more focused on turning inward and conquering the real enemies whose names are lust, anger, greed, and jealousy. And so, if you are an evolving soul, the transit of Ketu in the 12th house can actually empower you spiritually so that you don't get entangled in the daily churning that Rahu in the 6th brings on. To empower Ketu, chant the beautiful Vishnu mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chant this beautiful Vasudev mantra. Fast on Thursdays and visit a Sai Baba temple in your city on Thursdays. Libra. Ketu transits your 11th house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this 11th house Ketu transit will foster detachment from purely material gains and encourage forming connections based on shared spiritual or philosophical ideals. This helps you move away from Rahu-driven speculative gambles or risky creative ventures in the 5th house, replacing them with purposeful collaborations that support long-term growth. The 11th house governs friends, elder siblings, and the broader community. With Ketu in the 11th, you gain intuitive insights into who truly has your back, surfacing hidden allies or mentors. This mitigates Rahu's tendency to misjudge creative partners, romantic interests, or your own children, helping you build reliable support instead of encountering unexpected disappointments. Ketu's energy dissolves the ego's need for immediate validation from 5th house pursuits like romance, speculation, or performance. Instead, it channels your ambition into clear, spiritual, or humanitarian objectives. You are less prone to Rahu inspired over indulgence in drama or risk and more likely to recognize genuine opportunities for stable ethical gains, both financial and emotional. And so, to empower Ketu in the 11th house, start chanting the Krishna mantra. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Chant this beautiful Krishna mantra and fast on Fridays. Scorpio. Ketu transits your 10th house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this 10th house Ketu will dissolve the ego-driven need for external approval in your profession, steering you toward work that serves a higher purpose. This detachment from status-seeking balances Rahu's tendency to make you over-invested in domestic comforts and emotional security, helping you maintain inner stability even if home life feels turbulent. With Ketu in the 10th, your intuition for career decisions becomes razor sharp. You are better able to discern which professional opportunities truly align with your dharma. This counters Rahu-induced confusion in the 4th house, where you might otherwise misread family dynamics or real estate matters, so you can navigate both work and home affairs with clarity. Ketu encourages simplicity and authenticity in how you present yourself publicly, stripping away any compulsive need to embellish your achievements. This straightforward, honest approach mitigates Rahu's urge to overinflate domestic successes or cling to material displays of security, grounding your sense of well-being in genuine accomplishment rather than emotional crutches. To empower Ketu in the 10th house, start chanting the Rama mantra. Om Shri Ram Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ram Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Ram Ramaya Namaha. And fast on Saturdays. Sagittarius. Ketu transits your 9th house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then the 9th house Ketu transit will dissolve superficial curiosity and directs your mind toward higher wisdom, philosophy, spirituality or long-term study. This counters Rahu's tendency in the 3rd house to chase every intriguing but shallow idea or to become argumentative over minor details. Instead of scattered mental dabbling, you focus on meaningful knowledge that enriches your life. With Ketu in the 9th house, journeys, especially long distance or pilgrimages, become more contemplative and transformative rather than rushed or anxiety ridden. This balances Rahu's 3rd house impulse for frantic last minute trips or stressful commutes. You learn to travel with inner calm and an eye for genuine cultural or spiritual insight. Rahu refines your expression, stripping away the urge to prove yourself through rapid speech or debates. Where Rahu in the 3rd might push you toward restless texting, gossip, or superficial banter, 9th house Ketu encourages you to speak from the heart, sharing beliefs and stories that inspire rather than overwhelm. Your words carry weight and sincerity, building respect instead of friction. To empower Ketu in the 9th house, start chanting the Ganesha mantra. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And fast on Thursdays and Ekadashi. Capricorn. Ketu transits your 8th house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this 8th house Ketu will dissolve excessive clinging to possessions and status symbols. This helps neutralize Rahu's urge in the 2nd house to hoard wealth or overspend to prove security, allowing you to value the true inner resources over fleeting material gains. With Ketu here, your ability to research, investigate and uncover buried or overlooked assets, financial or emotional, sharpens dramatically. This balances Rahu-induced misjudgments in the 2nd about investments or family inheritances, guiding you to more informed, instinctive decisions. The 8th house Ketu encourages you to confront and release deep-seated fears or family karmas, be they around money, speech, patterns or self-worth. By facing these shadows, you counteract Rahu's tendency to project insecurity onto your voice or values, emerging stronger, more authentic and less reactive to family pressures. To empower Ketu, start chanting the Narayana mantra. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. And fast on Wednesdays if you want to attract more money in your life. Or at least, if you cannot fast, then do not eat non-veg food on Wednesdays. Aquarius. Ketu transits your 7th house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then this 7th house Ketu will dissolve ego-driven needs for validation, guiding you to relate without showing off or demanding attention. This counters Rahu's urge in the first house to build your identity through self promotion or dramatic self presentation, helping you form partnerships based on genuine mutual respect. With Ketu in 7th house, your sixth sense about people's true intentions sharpens. Where Rahu in the first can warp self image and lead you to project illusions onto yourself, 7th house Ketu helps you see partners and collaborators clearly, avoiding deceptive alliances and fostering trust. Ketu redirects your ambition from personal glory to cooperative soul aligned objectives. This balances Rahu's tendency to make you obsessively focused on me, encouraging you instead to pursue joint missions that uplift both you and those you partner with. And so, to empower Ketu, start chanting Om Hanumate Namaha, Om Hanumate Namaha, Om Hanumate Namaha. Visit Lord Hanuman temple on Saturdays and fast on Saturdays. If you cannot fast, then at least don't eat non-veg food on Saturdays. Pisces. Ketu transits your 6th house. So if your birth chart has a positive Sun, Jupiter and Mars placement, then the 6th house Ketu transit will sharpen your focus on daily routines, self-care and serving others. This counters Rahu's 12th house urge to withdraw into unhealthy escapism like overindulgence or avoidance, guiding you instead toward practical actions, exercise, dietary discipline, and compassionate service that restore both physical and mental balance. In the 6th house, Ketu unveils subconscious patterns, hidden adversaries, or underlying health issues, where Rahu in the 12th can foster vague fears, secretive enemies, or unnoticed drains on your energy. 6th house Ketu brings those shadows into the light so you can address them head on and eliminate obstacles before they undermine your well being. Ketu in the 6th house transforms mundane tasks into spiritual practice. Workplace duties or caring for others become vehicles for humility and devotion. This balances Rahu's 12th house pull toward solitary or obsessive spiritual fads, anchoring your growth in grounded, consistent acts of kindness and healing. To empower Ketu in the 6th house, start chanting the beautiful Ganesha mantra. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. And fast on Tuesdays. And if you cannot fast on Tuesdays because of any medical reason, then at least don't eat non-veg food on Tuesdays. And so, Ketu transit can actually help you in overcoming the challenges of Rahu's transit in Aquarius. And I'm sure that if you follow the guidelines and the recommendations, then definitely you will be able to experience more positive developments in your life and days ahead. Enough for now. Jai Sri Ganesha, Jai Guru. Om
गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः।